And welcome back, everybody. This is not Movies and Beyond. I am not Kyle. I'm David.
It would have been great if we edit these a bit more. It's just zooming on your face. I'm
Yeah.
David.
Don't don't zoom. Do not zoom in on my face. We don't want that. Anyway, Kyle, how we doing? How's your stock take been at work?
It's long, but it goes
Hard.
quite quick.
Oh, right.
Um, it's not really hard. It's the simplest thing ever. But
So you're saying it's not long and hard?
no, it's long and easy.
Spoken like a true tramp. Yeah.
Yeah, I realise my bed's not been made, but
That's all
I,
right.
I can't be asked. I want to get onto this because
Yeah.
I've been quite excited to talk about quite a few bits on here to today. Lots of stuff come out. So
Yeah.
yeah.
You never know. I might have not some of the stuff you want to talk about.
Um, I
Is-
I I I mean I'm interested in what the Star Lord thing is, but yeah.
Yeah. Right. Well, we're a day behind, but that's because we had to go see Mission Impossible yesterday. But still, there's new stuff to talk about today in regards to the Deadpool set photos, so we've been blessed in a way. So, yesterday, was it? Ryan Reynolds just tweeted out the picture of them two. So, I think we can say this is our first official piece of Deadpool free marketing. And boy, does that suit look so damn good. What do you think of it?
It's really good. I see loads of people calling it perfect. It's not
I can I say
100%.
can I say what would make
Okay,
it perfect?
go on.
Sleeveless with the gauntlets.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I was gonna say.
yeah,
I mean, sleeveless with the gauntlets. And the knees are very like just very simple, like on your knee, and it goes down to the blue boot. Whereas like in the comics, I'm pretty sure it's like much sharper on the knee. Um, but they got the sharpness on the shoulders, and they got the nice sort of detailing on the side. The blues there, the yellows popping. The X logo's there. Also, I should mention the logo for Deadpool's belt
it's
suit that
changed.
has also changed. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's so before it was like circles and a white circle in the middle. Now it's the circle with
yeah. The eyes.
eyes, like
Yeah,
looks like eyes. So yeah, no, the suit looks really good. It looks great. I'm glad it's going more comic accurate. Um, if they're not doing the whole sleeveless thing, all right, fair enough, whatever. It still looks great. Now, the thing that me and Callum nearly because we said we don't really want to speak about it till today, obviously, because what's the
we're postponing our friendship for you guys.
yeah,
We
yeah. We
usually
was
we
on the
just
way.
talk about it.
We was on the way to the cinema and we was like, oh, what, are we gonna talk about it? And it's like, no, we'll just like we'll wait. Um, so we've held out, but one of the first things we said, like, just we said a little brief thing is, do you think you'll have the cowl though, or the mask,
They
or however
can't
you want
they
to say it?
can't go this far and not do it.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, you see the cowl, the actual cowl in
The
when he
Wolverine.
opens the briefcase in the Wolverine, but
That was
that's
a
a deleted
delete.
scene.
Yeah, deleted scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to see. They've shown this off. I mean, here's the thing though. If they don't do the cowl, mask, whatever, it's not the end of the world. I mean, Hugh Jackman still looks great in this costume. Like he looks like Wolverine.
Yeah.
He looks like he's ripped straight out of the comics.
There's nothing this film can do to upset me. They've got off on the right foot right away by just
Yeah.
bringing these two together, and I think that's enough. But
Exactly. Yeah.
you know,
I'll just quickly say on the mask thing. Um, Look at Green Goblin in No Way Home. He had a helmet mask thing in the original 2002 movie. People didn't really like that. I didn't mind it. I thought it was okay for how the suit is tech based. But then they did like they went more comic accurate and they turned that mechanical just plain green suit into the comic-y, with the purple robes. And he didn't have a mask. You know, he had a
No,
hood
no.
up at times, but you know, it was just Willem Dafoe. That's not to say he looks like the Green Goblin or anything, but you know,
Or looks like a goblin.
he really put on a face for it. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, you know, all his expressions and stuff, and it's just scary when he's smiling. You know, when he's doing the goblin smile. So you know, and that was good enough for me. Do you know what I mean? It's better than the rubbery thing that they were planning to do in the original.
Yeah.
So, you know, having Logan with you know the whole hairdo and everything like that, I'm
Yeah.
fine with it.
And
If they don't have the mask,
how great does that man look for 50 odd?
yeah.
Jeez.
He's doing a lot of the movement as well. Obviously,
Yeah, yeah.
there's video online.
Yeah, so let's talk about some of the video. So
Yeah.
there's the video of maybe not getting to. They're just practicing, some stuff. You can go watch the videos if you want.
Have you seen?
I've
Have
seen
you
them.
seen the actual
Yeah, yeah.
all of it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Have you seen the one where he like basically? I think it like he chops off Deadpool's arm and he throws it to the side. As he throws it to the side or something, he gets thrown into the wall.
Yeah, yeah.
Have you seen that? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think it. Yeah, I think it might be. I did think that at first, but then I think it might be like a fire extinguisher or something that he
Could
like
be. I
throws
don't know
up.
what it is.
We don't know,
Yeah.
or a propane tank, something like that. But the interesting thing about that video is there's a massive crashed 20th Century Fox logo right behind him. This film is gonna be fucking bonkers, Kyle. I don't think this film is anymore just gonna be anything that was Fox Marvel in the film. I think they're just going for everything that was Fox property just to drag it in.
Absolutely. You know, we were speaking about this about Ben Affleck as Daredevil showing up. I was thinking, do you know what? That'd be pretty cool. It'd be quite funny to see that.
Well, do you know what has been confirmed though?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, Jennifer Garner
yeah.
as a lecturer. So this
is guaranteed.
this
now,
is all
like,
guaranteed now, pretty much.
I don't. I want to be skeptical and just hold.
I
Hold
saw
things
something the
back.
other day. I didn't know. Everyone's like, "Don't multiverse of madness this film," because if you
Yes.
put all this expectation on it and it's not the film you want, a lot of you are going to be disappointed.
I don't think it will disappoint. No, I think it will. It will.
Looking at this, I think this is going to be the best film of next year, without a doubt.
I mean, we were gonna say anyways. Obviously Hugh Jackman looks great for his age and stuff like that. He looks great in the suit. He's also doing a lot of the movement. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, you
he's
see him
actually
practicing.
there.
And a classic Wolverine, he's like got something there and he's going.
Yeah, he's done the pose as well. There's a picture online where he's done the actual like Wolverine pose that he's known for. So, it looks all great, man. I can't wait. I just hope we don't see any more set things. I hope this is it.
Well, I think that's why they released the picture, because they knew something were going to come out. So
yeah,
like you do, just get ahead of it. Release the HD version first, so nobody gets the bad stuff from the bad angles, because you want the first impression to be great.
Yeah.
So yeah. But another thing, while we're on Deadpool 3, apparently no Josh Brolin. Now, it has been said that his time travel device will play a big part in this film. So, yeah, but no Brolin.
Not that we know of. We don't know who the fuck's in this film.
Yeah.
It's it's multiversal. There's gonna be a lot of hush hush around it. This is the film that you do not want to get spoiled for you. Just with everything it's gonna do.
I might take 2 weeks off before this film comes out and just put myself in a dark room. Just so
Might have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be a wild ride.
And how good do them two suits look together?
I've seen someone edit. They put the Heinz logo, so it's like Heinz mustard and Heinz ketchup. I thought that was pretty funny. But yeah, no, just they don't hold back. They went lovely, colourful. Do you know what I mean? Like, they didn't go that kind of dark, moody, depressing. They've gone full on.
Yeah, the closest Fox got to it with Days of Future Past, with the blue and yellow thermal underneath the armor.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. But I'm just saying, if I had them two right now, that'd be front and center. Sorry, Moon Knight, but that'd be front and center without a doubt.
That's a hot toy.
Yeah,
We're both hot toys.
and Hot Toys actually tweeted this picture out as well, so
Yeah.
that's near enough confirmed.
Hell yeah.
Oh God, I can't wait for this film. I can't wait for this film. Oh, not long.
Crazy.
Not long. Less than 10 months away. So, we're not far. But anyway, from Marvel to Marvel. So, Guardians of the Galaxy's come out on digital. And James Gunn said right at the end, in the post-credit scene, when it says the legendary Star-Lord will return, him and Chris Pratt have been trying to develop a solo Star-Lord film. And he says, I'm excited to see where it goes now. So implying that he won't be involved, but there has been talks of a solo Star-Lord film, and apparently it'd take place with him on Earth. So how do you think that could play out? Because I've got some interesting things in my head.
I I've always seen Star Lord as like the leader of the Guardians.
Yeah.
He's he can't have one without the other. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do. I didn't expect. I knew obviously we knew he was going to return. In what capacity? I didn't really think too much, but when they changed Armor Wars from a TV show to a movie, then that kind of like, with the whole thing of that, it just kind of made me think, if they do a movie about him, what is it gonna be about?
Yeah.
If they do a movie,
This is one thing I'm so sad I forgot about, because Guardians 3 still, right now, is my favourite film of the year. And I completely forgot to put Star-Lord on my Avengers list. It just went right over my head. But I could maybe see him, on Earth and like Batmaning in a way, like doing like little vigilante bits here and there because he's bored. Taking out drug dealers, dancing in warehouses.
could be. I mean, I think it'll be more of a getting used to, like, he'll be like a kid, he'll be trying to get used to be more human, do these things, and then he sort of learns about, because obviously he's met superheroes before, but now he's gonna see how people on Earth perceive superheroes and stuff.
And it'd probably, we know now because of Eternals that DC Comics and films probably are in the Marvel universe. So we probably read that when we were growing up as well. So yeah, I'd love a solo Star-Lord film. Chris Pratt doesn't need an ensemble around him for his films to work.
He doesn't, but
It's nice.
like
It's nice for him to play off people.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to if they do a movie with this, with just Star-Lord. I'll go see it. Hell yeah. I'm just curious on how they're gonna do it and what they're gonna do.
Yeah. Now I am curious, but do you know what? I think this is probably under a 20% chance this film happens. Marvel are slowing down. They're really taking the foot off the gas a bit. They don't want to be making as much. They're going back to quality over quantity. Where I do think this could be quality, it's just I don't think they have room for it right now on the slate. I feel like he's going to pop up in the Avengers films. You want a big name in them films. And right now, that first Avengers film will have some big names in it. But I think, like Tom Holland, I think now, looking at it, Tom Holland, Chris Pratt leads. Definitely.
He will return. We know that much. They wouldn't have said it if they weren't sure about it, but they will. They'll find a way to sort of implement him in, or do whatever with the character. They'll definitely do it justice for James Gunn if he's involved in it at all.
I don't think
even
he's,
if he's.
I don't think he's allowed. I don't think he's allowed.
I mean,
He's got an exclusive contract with DC.
Well, maybe he doesn't direct. Maybe he's like producer or something like that.
No, I don't think he can produce or anything. And that's why that who was it who got fired? One of the very high up Marvel execs got
Yeah,
fired, yeah, because they produced on a something else. I think it was Sarah Flynn. Yeah,
something like that. I did hear about that. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that sucks. Well, I mean, either way, you know they know James Gunn and they respect him enough to
Kevin
do it
Feige would
justice.
probably consult with Gunn on a personal level.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I like this idea. I don't think it's going to happen, but I'd love to see it. I'd love to see it. Any more Chris Pratt, any more Star Lord, I'm up for. So yeah. But anyway, on to our next topic is we've got a brand new trailer for Ahsoka. Now, Kyle hasn't seen it, but I don't blame him. You know, we're only, about a month out. He don't want to spoil anything else for himself. So, all I'm going to say is, I think the trailer were pretty good. But what I want to talk to Kyle about is, it's a 2-episode premiere. So, you excited for the 2-episode premiere, I guess?
I am. I'm just worried it's gonna need the 2 episode premiere.
Yeah, that
You
always
know,
worries me a little bit as well. It's like, oh, so you're saying that the first episode doesn't stand enough on its own, and you need the 2.
yeah.
Like Hawkeye
Which
was a
is
2-episode premiere,
yeah.
and you definitely
So
needed that second episode.
it's one of those things. It's like I know a lot of people didn't like um, season 3 of Mando.
I'd
It
say
let a
I
lot of
liked it, but it was definitely the weaker season.
yeah. It was definitely probably the weakest season.
Yeah, yeah,
Like everything it did in the Star Wars stuff, like with Bo-Katan and everything they did, great. But it takes the focus off of Mando,
yeah.
who the show started and is based
Which
off of.
you can kind of tell because Last of Us was shooting at the same time that Mandalorian season 3 was shooting.
Yeah, but I mean that still doesn't really justify why it's taken back. I mean, he's not even in the suit half the time. It's 2 other guys, you know what I mean? So it's definitely nothing to do with The Last of Us coming out. I just think they took the focus off of it and they tried to expand what they were doing with the bigger plot, which I'm all for. I just wish it involved Mando a bit more,
Yeah,
because it just felt like he became a side character in his own show. Towards I would say towards middle endish. Um, they did some really good stuff with it, but with obviously Ahsoka, I'm very excited. I hope it's really good and does the character justice. Um, I hope this show. The great thing about it is it's not like Obi-Wan Kenobi where it's just made because people wanted it. And same with the Book of Boba Fett. People wanted something Boba Fett, and we got it.
yeah.
Book of Boba Fett had so much potential. It did the Tusken stuff really well, but
See,
you know,
I think you fix all problems with Star Wars on TV with Book of Boba Fett, Mandalorian season 3, merge them together. Book of Boba Fett could have been a 2-episode plot in Mando season 3. So
maybe like I said, I liked the Boba Fett show.
I really liked the finale, and
Mm.
the couple of episodes leading up to it. It's just every week I did feel a bit. It was but it was episode 5, 6, and 7 that really saved it. But then coincidentally, who showed up then?
Yeah. So
It was
I
Tom
hope they
Holland.
don't. I love that. I wish still got that meme going on. Guess who's in No Way Home? Guess who?
Who?
Who? Tom Holland.
No way, mush.
No way. Unreal.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to it. I hope it will do the character justice. Whereas like
Well, it's got to because it's Dave Filoni. Dave Filoni created
Yeah.
the character. This is his passion project. I think this is what he's wanted to do. Ever since he's created this character.
Yeah.
Is direct an Ahsoka live action project. And so not only is he going to do this, and that's going to lead into the film, the Mando film. So good shit, some good shit.
Yeah. It's not gonna be like the thing with these Star Wars shows is like I said, Boba Fett. I liked it. I'm gonna say I liked it probably more than the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, just a little bit more.
I probably liked
Um,
Obi-Wan a bit more than Boba.
I yeah, like I said, there's loads of great stuff in the Obi-Wan Kenobi show. As a whole, for the story, it was just kind of, it's just it got made to be made.
Yeah, it was like, let's
Do you know
see
what I
what
mean?
story we can put here.
Yeah, I get what you're trying to say when when you spoke to me about it, when you sort of like reviewed the show as a whole. Obviously we didn't have the channel then, but one of the things that Callum said to me was that it's just trying to it's a show to build up to the end to have a rematch kind of thing, and I was like, yeah, I get that, but there's so much you can do with Obi-Wan Kenobi. Like, they did so much with him in Rebels when he got to face off Maul, and
I think that might
he's
have been Disney's biggest regret, though, is what they did with Maul in Rebels,
yeah.
because it really means that they couldn't do what they wanted to do with Obi-Wan, because they were talking about putting Maul in it, and I think you could have got 2 seasons out of Kenobi then, and you could have got a really good first one with him versus Maul,
Yeah.
and that'd have been so satisfying.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Because like you see Maul's return in the Han Solo film, which no one saw. But then it could have been really cool to lead into then the Obi-Wan Kenobi show if they did it a bit sooner and they didn't do the whole Darth Maul versus Obi-Wan
Yeah, because they're
in Rebels.
set around the same time,
I
aren't
I think it was roughly around the same time.
they? Yeah.
So, um, it could have gone really, really well with that. That I think that would have bumped up Han Solo a little bit more, and they could have fleshed out the whole storyline that they've teased at the end of that movie. With Maul returning and he's in charge of this, it's like Syndicate or
The
something like that.
Syndicate, yeah. The Shadow Collective,
Um,
I think.
and they didn't do anything with it. So that's. I know we're supposed to be talking about Ahsoka here, but it's just
We're talking about
I'm
Star
looking.
Wars as a whole, I think, yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I'm excited for this. I have more hope in this show than I did with Boba Fett and Obi-Wan. Just for the sole fact of this is really a passion project for the people behind the scenes, Dave Filoni.
Yeah.
So, whereas Obi-Wan, obviously, the people behind the scenes of those shows, they had passion for these characters. I get it, but it was just made for the sake of
Yeah.
being made because the
And
fans wanted
Obi-Wan,
it.
coming off the back of, it was Deborah Chow, who directed probably 2 of the best episodes of the season 1 of The Mandalorian, who got to direct all of Obi-Wan. I think she was a great choice, but I think the thing with Obi-Wan was more writing, if anything.
Yeah, I mean, I saw a clip online where, the little girl who plays young Leia,
Yeah, yeah.
and she comes out and she says, even I think that's stupid. Like, how do you not see, you know, just this big coat over me? Like, she actually really goes at it. So, I mean, and she was in the show, so
Yeah, she's been blacklisted now by Disney for the rest of her life. She just ruined her career at 10 years old.
probably, yeah. I mean, Disney are pretty ruthless, so
Yeah.
yeah.
But anyway, speaking of things that are pretty ruthless, oh boy, did we have fun last night. Mission Impossible, Dead Reckoning, Part 1. Now, one we got out on the channel right now is a quick out of the theatre review. We just give our quick thoughts there. I'll just go over them again. I like this film, but I don't think it's as good as Fallout and Rogue Nation. And I think I went in as well seeing that 99% Rotten Tomato score and thinking, oh my god, this film's going to be perfect. But I don't think it was. But it's really good. It is a really good film. And it's a part 1. But it still tells its full story. But anyway, I know, Kyle, I know you've got some stuff to say, so what do you think?
I'm gonna try obviously avoid spoilers.
Yeah, definitely.
This is the second Mission Impossible film I've watched
We've,
fully.
I think we've watched a little bit of Fallout together, you know.
We did, but I promise you, I've never finished it. I don't know what the hell happens. I know there's some helicopter thing at the end. I can't remember. I think we did actually try to watch it. But yeah, Rogue Nation. I remember watching that in the cinema with you years
Oh,
ago.
2015 was like our year. I'm pretty sure we saw like
Yeah.
everything in 2015, from like
Yeah.
Mad Max Fury Road to Mission Impossible. But yeah, anyway.
Um, and I really, really enjoyed that film. I don't know why I didn't watch it again. I remember actually coming out of it like that was a pretty fucking good film. Like that surprised me of how good it was. I don't know anything about these films. And then I went on to watch Fallout, which is it's the one after, isn't it? Is that not next after Rogue
Yeah,
Nation?
yeah, yeah.
Henry Cavill intrigued me. I was like, oh, cool. See Henry Cavill. And I just couldn't get into it. I do want to, after watching Dead Reckoning Part 1, I do want to
I
go
would
back and
definitely,
watch all the rest.
I would definitely say 4, 5, and 6 are your essentials.
I'll probably go back and watch the whole thing, me. I'll go right back to the core of it.
Don't watch it.
Um, I'm gonna watch all of them, good or bad. I'll just do it for the sake of it, because with these movies, with this one, it felt like Rogue Nation didn't feel like this, but Dead Reckoning felt like I needed to have seen the previous movies to really get a grip of
I would
these.
definitely say Fallout. You'd have definitely
Mm,
needed to have seen Fallout and Rogue Nation
okay.
for this one.
Um, as a movie as a whole, I know you said it really felt like a part one.
It felt
Um,
like it felt like a part one, but it still managed to tell its story
okay, because
as a
I
part
thought you
one.
meant just okay.
No, no, what I mean is when I says it's definitely a part one, is like it ends in that way of like, oh, there's gonna be more, but we still got a lot. I mean, it's a 2 hour and 45 minute film,
Yeah,
which it didn't feel like that, but
I'd say it felt like that, but not in a bad way. Um, how long's Endgame?
3 hours.
That feels like 2 hours to me.
Yeah, but I think
What
that might be because we've seen it so many times.
it could be, but even when I remember went to go see it, I remember thinking, "Fuck me, that felt very quick and didn't feel like 3 hours." But this film, it definitely felt like a good 2 hour, 2.5 hour maybe. But that's not to say the pacing was bad.
No,
Um,
there's
you know,
always something going on. It's
yeah,
from scene to scene to scene. I would say it's
the acting
nearly
was
as
great.
I'd say it's nearly as well paced as John Wick 4, which I thought John Wick 4
Yeah.
were perfectly paced because it's boom, 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 non-stop.
No, it reminded me of that. Like pacing wise, not nothing to
Yeah,
do
because
with the
John
movie. Pacing wise,
about same length as well.
so it felt the same as that, and I were happy with that. It would just meant we were getting more. I'm glad it didn't do that really annoying thing that I was worried it was gonna do by being a part one. Is you just don't know when it's gonna
Yeah, because
end.
it doesn't end on a cliffhanger. It
Yeah.
ends and it's like, right, let's take it from here now. What's our next steps? It's not. It's the same how Spider-Verse ended. Spider-Verse didn't
Hmm.
end on a cliffhanger. It ended on, right, here's where everyone is. Let's see what our next steps are. And same with this. This is how you do a part one.
Yeah. The important thing is, like you said, is it needs to still feel like it can stand on its own.
Yeah.
Um, I felt like it did. I think I need to watch it again to really verify
I ju-
if
I really want to watch it again. You know,
yeah.
someone commented on channel saying that you know after on our out of the theatre and they said that it's their favourite, and I can see it because it is good. It's just for me, Fallout and Rogue Nation are just so high up there
Yeah.
that it's not to discredit this film. It's that I hold them films at such high esteem, so it's really hard to.
For me, like I said, I've seen Rogue Nation and that's it. And like I said before, I'd say I'd even love that movie. I just
Well,
remember
what out of you
really
then?
like
What do you think's better than Rogue Nation or this?
Rogue Nation. But that's not to say that this is bad either. Um, you know, the action was really good. The story was it was really set up really well. It was executed pretty good. I think for me, it was just there was an overabundance of lots of things. I think partly was me sort of like trying to understand these characters and stuff. Like obviously we know Simon Pegg.
Yeah.
I'm familiar with him as an actor, so it was easier to sort of digest his character a bit better.
Yeah. Ving
But for everyone else,
Rhames.
yeah. But for everyone else, I just I don't really see them in too much. Even with highly ha,
Haley
ha,
Atwell.
yeah, I can't say highly. Um, so even she even though she was in Captain America, um, she really stood out in this one. I didn't think she. I wish she stood out in the first Captain America movie as much as she did in this.
Yeah.
Um,
Well,
just
when she first shows up in this film, me and Kyle looked at each other, and I thought, "Damn, there's a reason Captain America went back in time." God,
speak for yourself.
God, damn.
Anyways, but no, it was just hard to get the weight of these characters.
Now, but do you
Obviously,
think that's maybe a fault of your own for not seeing some of the others?
no,
Yeah,
that's what I
yeah.
was gonna say. I was gonna say it's not. That's why I want to go back and watch the older ones now. I'm like,
Well,
I want to go and
mate,
watch all of
they're
them.
all on Now TV at the moment,
I,
so
I think I'll, I think I'll make that my next objective.
yeah.
So yeah. As for the story, now it kind of did. It set it up
Yeah.
really well, but it was very like there's a lot going on here, and there's a lot of like back doors and to these other characters and things like that.
Yeah, it's.
That's not to say it's a bad story. It's just very you've got to kind of figure it out
I think
in a way.
Tom Cruise might actually be able to see into the future because they were shooting this 2 years ago, and what they're dealing with in this film is in the maybe the beginning of this year only really started to become very relevant in the public eye. So it's like he don't know how he does it, but he manages to. But yeah, I do want to praise the cast as well. Haley Atwell, fantastic in this film. I actually feel like she got to show her acting chops a bit more because I'm not saying she's a one-dimensional character in Marvel, but she is just known as Captain America's long lost love, and that's what she's known for. She's there to motivate Cap, but in this, she's doing stuff for herself, and it was great. Simon Pegg's great. Ving Rhames is great. Rebecca Ferguson is great. Obviously, everyone fell in love with her in Rogue Nation, and she's just had such a career since then. If she's in this year, and she's going to be in Dune Part 2, Rebecca Ferguson is going to have a great year. Vanessa Kirby, she might be our Sue Storm. After this, I'm up for it. Pom Klementieff, again. And Tom Cruise, he has gone from an actor who I used to think was, cheesy. It's like, alright, it's Tom Cruise to... He's probably one of my favourite. Because, like you said in the, the IMAX presentation that we had to see every time we went to go see a film for about 6 months, the one thing he cares about is the audience. And do you know what? It shows. It translates to screen. So, yeah. So if you had to give this a rating out of 10, what are you giving it?
An 8. As
I was...
someone who's new to it,
Mate,
and
do you know what? People are going to get so pissed off with us because I think most of our ratings we've given been the same. Because I was going to say an 8, but then I was like, oh, well, I'll change it to an 8.5 so it's a little bit different. But then I'd be being disingenuous with myself because, yeah, I'd say it's probably about an 8.
I think for me, I'd like it probably a little bit more if I knew the characters a bit more, and I was able, it just felt like I jumped in on a timeline here where, these characters are very already established. But it does get straight into it though, which I can appreciate. So like I said, I came out of this film wanting to watch the rest. So, you know,
Yeah. Yeah, no, and I definitely want to watch this again. So I don't know, maybe we go this weekend or what, but yeah, I definitely want to see this again. But so yeah, that's our review over Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1. We both really enjoyed it. Let us know in the comments what you guys think of it, because, like I said, it is one of the better films of the year. Definitely one of the better films of the year. Now this excites me because when we do our top 10 films at the end of the year, I think this is going to be quite high up there. But nothing will beat Barbie. But anyway, end summit now on a nice note. On a nice note. You know, obviously I had to talk about this. Wonka, it's chocolate, I'm a fat bastard. So let's go. New trailer for Wonka. What did you think?
Surprised me. I'll watch it. I was a bit skeptical.
I'll ask you this. So obviously when we saw Dune Part 1, you didn't really see Timothée Chalamet as a leading man.
Mm-hmm.
What's your what do you think of him now?
Um, I I I know this movie was supposed to be like an origin story to Wonka. Obviously we know the character from I know the character at least from the Charlie and Chocolate Factory with Johnny Depp playing as him. Um, I was a little skeptical on how he was going to play it, how he was, is he going to be in the suit with the hat and everything and going to have these wacky
Yeah.
stuff, or is it going to be quite he's going to be much younger? But no, they've gone with like a young adult, and so far he looks like Willy Wonka to me. Like he looks like
Yeah, I think this
a
is
Willy
more
Wonka.
on like the Gene Wilder side of Wonka instead of the Depp
Yeah.
Wonka. But this is a fun trailer. Do you know? All I was sitting through this film is, not sitting through this trailer. It comes out around Christmas time. It's a great little film. I thought this would be somewhat fun to take my little cousin to go watch. She'd really enjoy it.
It's very stylized, which I didn't
Yeah,
expect.
it's.
I'm happy that it is.
Who's directing it now? It's something to do with someone, and it pops up in there. You see, if we cared about this show, I'd have done a little bit of research.
Nah, I couldn't give a shit. So I'm just gonna do it midway through the show.
Yeah. I'll keep speaking, just to distract people from you typing. So,
I have to say one thing before I mention obviously the director. The one thing that really sort of just I'm very 50-50 about. What are they called now? Is it
Hugh Grant Oompa Loompa, mate. That was ace.
it was Hugh Grant as an Oompa Loompa. Perfect. The way the colours on the way they made it pop, how
Yeah,
stylized it is, great.
very old
His
school.
his head looks weird though. It looks the CGI is not good on it. It reminds me of something like Little Man. It just feels very like
Yeah.
there's a scene in the Flash, and it's when he's in the Speed Force at the end with the bad Flash guy. I don't know any of Flash lore, and he's like that, getting electrocuted, and he looks up,
Yeah.
and you see his headlight kind of waff about for
Yeah.
a second. You can tell it's not even connected to this CGI body. That's what it felt like. And if he's going to be in this film, I hope he's in a lot of this film because I fucking love Hugh Grant. He's fantastic. If you haven't seen The Gentleman,
Do
go
it.
watch that.
Do it.
Do it. Do it. Turn
No,
off the show.
you do it. Do your thing.
What thing?
The Smokies Barbie.
Oh, Smokey's Barbie. Yeah, yeah. They go for a state of the art Smokey's Barbie. Anyways, yeah, that's the only thing. That's my only criticism about this film. The style of it looks fantastic. The aesthetic of it is great. I'm interested in this to watch this. I want to watch this film now. I wasn't too bothered about it, but I want to go see this film.
Yeah.
The only thing that I'm not really a big fan of is musicals. They're not really my thing. I think I only like one or two musicals.
I
This
love a
feels
good
like it's.
musical.
I know you do. But I'm not. I'm not a hater. Like I said, I think there's like one or two musicals that I do like. But yeah,
Did you see Tick Tick Boom? Yeah, Tick Tick Boom for 2021.
Andrew Garfield.
Yeah, yeah.
I haven't yet.
How
No, no.
solid is that? That's a good film.
I don't know. I like I said, I've seen a couple. But there's only like one I really liked. I can't remember because it's just somewhere I know that I liked. But that's the only thing that I'm a bit like on.
Yeah.
But other than that, like I said, I still want to go see this film.
Yeah. It's going to be a nice Christmas time film, I think.
Yeah.
Definitely fit the
And
season.
Do you know what I'm really looking forward to as well? Is they did it with the last film. They released these like special edition chocolate wonka bars. They were like
Yeah.
everywhere,
Yeah.
and they were so nice. Like I don't know what it was, but the chocolate was just so.
I can tell you.
What
It was
the chocolate
heroin.
was. That's
Heroin.
it. Yeah.
Heroin. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
um.
that's why it's just so nice and never tasted out like it. I just couldn't wait to go back
No,
and get more.
I promise you, it was so chocolatey, but it wasn't like like our like it was different. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't like darker. It was still just very like
I bet it was
milky, chocolatey.
dirty American chocolate.
I mean, it could have been, but
Sorry,
if that's
America, you guys have got
if,
the worst chocolate.
if that's what chocolate tastes like in America, I'm moving to America, man, because it was so nice that
Yes, they do put the heroin in the chocolate in America.
I right. Anyways, the director of this film is
Oh yeah, we're
Paul
doing
King.
that. Oh, what's he done?
Paddington.
That's it.
I've never watched Paddington, but I've
There's
heard they're really good.
there's some great little films.
I thought about watching them. I just didn't know if they'd be like, I don't know if I could fully watch them, but you know, I might give it a go one day if I need something to watch.
Not by yourself. That's a bit weird.
I watch all my movies by myself.
Oh wait, mate. If
And
someone
when me and Callum go to cinema, right? You guys should know this. I sit a seat away from Callum.
well, no. The simple fact is, I need to.
Because he needs to. But yeah, no. So I'm looking forward to it. It looks great. Timothy Chalamet looks. I can't say his name. Timothy looks great, and
Timothy.
Timothy looks like a great Wonka. Timothy, what a Wonka that guy is.
So yeah, he's gonna go from Paul Moadib Atreides to Willy Wonka in the space of a month. So
He's on top of the world, isn't he?
he's gonna have a great back end of year, I think.
So yeah, that's what I'm excited for. Anyways, is hopefully they bring out some chocolate based on that.
So after all this trailer and everything, the thing you want to talk about the most is chocolate.
I can't wait. Yeah,
Right.
I want chocolate that makes me fly, like in the film.
Well,
To defy laws. What is that cop comes in and says,
nothing to say here. Just people defying the laws of physics.
That's when it hooked me. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, right, I'm into this now. So yeah, it doesn't seem like it's gonna be kind of a bit wacky, which is what Willy Wonka is, but it's just gonna be a very smart sort of the writings so far seems like it's gonna be funny, smart kind of thing, and it's
Yeah.
it's gonna appeal to a lot of people.
Yeah, no, definitely. I see this film making a lot of money actually.
I hope it does.
But not like big opening weekend
Yeah.
money. Christmas season, I see it doing you know, just like having slow drops and people just going back and back to see it. If word of mouth's good.
Yeah, people love a good musical. I mean, look at The Greatest Showman. That did really, really well, if I'm not mistaken. But critically, it wasn't. Like I saw the film. I think I've seen it twice. It's. I think that's it. I think I like the musical part in that. I just didn't like the movie.
Kyle,
Yeah.
I just farted and I don't know if my mic will pick it up or not, so I'm just going to acknowledge it. So just in case I don't acknowledge it, it'll be like, he just farted and thought he could get away with it.
It's funny you say that when you said that, because I just did it as well. I was checking the mic levels. I think we're in the clear.
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
Right. But anyway, I think that'll do us for today.
yeah.
Anything you want to add?
What Callum's trying to say here is he's fucking shit himself.
I need a shit.
It's what? Half 10 at night, and Callum's gonna go for a shit. He's gonna wake up everyone. He's fucking big shit. He leaves all his windows open all night.
It's going to sound like someone's yelling in the Grand Canyon.
Ah! Fuck's sake.
But anyway, this has been Movies and Beyond. I have been David.
I'm Goliath.
That is Goliath, yes, because I am 5'6".
Well, you are now. Your seat has shrunk, I believe, if I'm not wrong.
No, it ain't gone down once.
Is it not?
It ain't gone down once this episode.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Leave us a little subscription. I love a good little subscription. It's free. You know, Porn up Premium isn't, but this is. So, give us a little subscription. Like it. I liked it, so why didn't you like it? And comment. Let me know your favourite thing about Kyle. Because I'm looking for things to like about him because I'm running out. So,
Thank you.
yes, yeah. So, see you in
Let
the
us
next.
let us know what you think about Mission Impossible. You know, let us know if you're happy with the Wolverine suit we've gotten. You know, do you think we'll get the cowl? Will you be bothered if we don't? It'd be cool to get some input on it. I think they probably will. Like, I believe, like what Callum said, they're going this far. You know, it'd be kind of makes sense that they should, that they will. But if they don't, I'm on the side of I'm happy either
Yeah.
way.
I just farted again.
I think I heard that one.
Yeah, we fucking better go, haven't we?
Yeah,
Yeah.
your whole self's vibrating.
Right. We'll see you tomorrow. Will we see him tomorrow? We got Secret Invasion to watch.
it-
Wednesday.
Is it Tuesday today?
It is Tuesday
Wednesday,
today.
innit? Yeah. I actually it was stock take. I'm losing my marbles. We do have Secret Invasion.
We'll skip a day. You know, we'll get back on track for next week, but not Friday because Oppenheimer comes out.
Yeah, the real reason why we want to skip tomorrow is because Homelander's coming to COD. So
No, we wouldn't dare give up. No, if there's interesting stuff to talk about tomorrow.
I don't think there will be. I think it's Tuesday. We've had all the dump. If we were gonna get anything more,
So
even if it was like Deadpool, I think we would have had it.
So you're telling me if they see the Daredevil costume on the set of Deadpool, we're not gonna come on and talk about it?
I mean, Wolverine. I mean, yeah. I'm tired, man.
Right.
I meant that Deadpool, not Daredevil.
Shut up. We're off. See you later.